It is no longer news that Herbert wigwe passed on the 9th of February 2024 while on his way to watch the Super Bowl live in an helicopter crash. Now, the things most people don't know is who was this man in his lifetime? And a lot of persons have come to say, oh my goodness, this man was one of the best persons you could ask to work with, not just as a CEO to Access Corporations, Access Bank, but also as a business partner. We have a lot of other CEOs, other group managing directors, basically top people in Nigeria come and pay condolences and describe this man as the perfect person. But others like Bode George have said that this man is one of the bank officials, bank directors who have profited off the corruption that was in CBN under the leadership, the governorship of the past governor of the organization, Godwin Emefiele, from 2014 until 2023, when it was suspended indefinitely. Right. But in this video, we are going to be talking about Herbert Wigwe, especially concerning how he was in the church. Up until his demise, Herbert Wigwe was a top devoted member of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, one of the larger parishes in Lagos, Nigeria, the city of David. Right, and a certain man has gone ahead to highlight the things he did in church that, although people are saying in his workplace and whatnot, it might not be perfect, but in church, he was an astute visionary, and he was somebody that used his place, his position as the largest shareholder of Access Bank. He owned 9% of Access Bank until his death. He used his position to secure a lot of loans, a lot of goodies for the church, including a 1 billion naira loan that he helped facilitate when the church was in the early phases, in the foundation phases. He also helped them with money to build the church. That there was a time they were going on an evangelical outreach. They needed 600 million naira, and 500 million naira came from Herbert Wigwe. So this is just the church, saying nice things about this man. But one thing that has a lot of people especially sad is the fact that this 57 years old man, yes, Herbert will always be 57. He actually died alongside his wife Chizoba and his eldest son Chizi on that helipad. And of course, another person was there, that's Abimbola, who was the former chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group, NGX. Yes, he was also on that trip. Now, in December of last year, Herbert Wigwe, December of 2023, opened his state-of-the-art home. Basically, that was supposed to be his retirement home. So he spared no resource. He spared nothing. No cost was spared in building it. The house is fully digital and automated. The type of house where Siri and Google Assistants control the basic functionality of the property. That's what he did. And according to people, a rough estimate is about 10 billion naira that was spent on that project. That's like really amazing. And that the house is located at New Queen's Drive in Ikoyi, Lagos, a mighty imposing edifice that speaks to ease, that is Herbert's ambition and class. And the reason why I spent that money is not far-fetched, like I mentioned. That was supposed to be his retirement home in Lagos, so he made sure to spend enough money on it. And then just 3 weeks before its demise, he hosted Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, and his bestie, that is Herbert's bestie, Femi Otedola, two of the richest men in Nigeria, in his new property. Little did he know that would be the last time, actually, that he was going to see his bestie and even host him, and of course, Africa's richest man. Aliko Dangote has gone to his home, to his parents' home, to actually, pay their condolences. Dapo Abiodun was also there, and some other top officials went to his parents' home. So sadly, his parents are still alive. So he left his parents in the world, and he passed on with his. One thing that also concerns people. I'll still come back to this house thingy and the things they did while he was alive. One thing that is concerning people is what will happen to his 3 children. And when I first heard of his death, and someone was saying, this is me personally speaking, when someone was saying, oh, how will Access Bank proceed? I'm like, corporations like that definitely already have what's it called now, succession plan. That's a whole word, because it's not a single owned company. You understand? There are shareholders, there are stakeholders in that corporation. So I wasn't even bothered about Access Bank. I was like, before next morning, they are going to announce an acting CEO. And that very much happened. But one thing about people is we try to shy away from I don't know how to put it now. I don't want to say will, but basically tidying our estate, especially with people who have a large estate. But I don't want to assume that Herbert is one of those persons, because given his level of intelligence and his exposure, I want to believe that at least he would have all of that in place also for his family. But the thing is, he died alongside his wife, so maybe it was his wife. I don't want to dwell on that. In the comment section, I want to hear what you think, because a lot of persons are saying, oh my goodness, these 3 kids, because he had 4 children while he was here. The first one is dead, so he's leaving 3 kids as orphan, and is leaving his grandparents without a son. So yeah, a lot of persons are concerned about the affairs of his kids, and I want to say that, this is me personally speaking, still very much alive. I feel like Herbert would have put things in place for the in case of his demise or whatever. It might be hoping that would not happen anytime soon. Maybe it's going to happen, because a video is even trending of Herbert saying that he is hoping to God that he gets to be at least 99 years on earth before he eventually passes away. But sadly, that did not happen. He didn't even get to 60. He died at 57. This year it would have been 58 on the 15th of August, because yes, this man is an August born. He was born on the 15th of August 1966. So let's talk some more about this man and why a lot of persons seem to think that is the next best thing after fried plantain. No soggy ones shall. Herbert Onyewubu Wigwe was born on the 15th of August 1966. He was a Nigerian banker and a businessman. He was the group managing director and CEO of Access Bank PLC, one of Nigeria's top 5 banking institutions, after succeeding his business partner Adeboye Imokwede. He's from Isokwe, River State. Some people actually think he was born in Ibadan, Oyo State. I don't know, but up until his demise, he lived in Lagos, Nigeria. Wigwe started his career at Coopers and Librand and then Guaranty Trust Bank before joining Access Bank in 2002 as the company's deputy managing director, and then he became the chief executive officer in January 2014. Actually, that's not how it happened. Like, there was a lot of things that happened in between that, and he acquired Access Bank in 2002. That's ICANN himself. And some people were concerned because then it was the 69th of the 85 banks, and Nigeria doesn't even have up to 85 banks now. There's been a lot of consolidation and merging and whatnot in the years, and of course CBN rules, regulations have changed, and so we have fewer banks now. But then it was the 69th of the 85 banks in Nigeria, so that's like basically doing really badly. But they moved that bank forward, and it's now one of the top 5 banks in Nigeria. And some Access Bank customers are even saying, when you walk into Access Bank branches, they have this memorial of Herbert Wigwe, and then people can write condolence messages, and that when you enter, you can even see some staff actually crying. That is to show how loved this man is. And someone even said, I'm not sure this is verifiable, but someone made this comment and said that under Herbert's leadership as Access Bank's CEO, that Access Bank recruited the most. But I mean, it's been a long time. Access Bank was established 2004, from 2004 to 2014, and that was when I was there. And then from 2014 to 2023, Herbert was the CEO. So they are saying that from in the space of 2014 and 2023, they had employed more people than they did in 2002 to 2014. But I also would say that you might not get, because the things that were happening in 2002, they were poor, they were not doing very well, they were working on scaling up and all that. So I don't think that would be the right time to actually really be employing people. But as much as they expand, they would need more hands and whatnot. But someone just mentioned that it was very open and willing to grow people. Other persons are saying this man enriched himself, finding loopholes in finance world and just making money off that and profiting off that. It wasn't really the vision. I mean, it was a visionary, but it wasn't really the very, what's the word now, that it doesn't have as much integrity as people are claiming that it does now that he has passed on. But a lot of persons are paying tribute to this man, and it's sad. It's sad. right? It's actually quite sad that this has happened, and the United States government are saying that they've launched an investigation, and people are saying, are you suspecting foul play? Is that, I mean, but over there they will investigate any and everything. It costs lives. They would definitely investigate and find what happens, but they are saying it might take over 2 years before they get to the eventual cause, or they can give us a probable cause for what happened to Herbert and that helicopter that claimed the life of 6 persons. Of course, we will always hope that Herbert's soul will rest in peace. Jesus, Herbert's soul will rest in peace. The pilots, their souls will rest. We don't even know the name of the pilots, right? We are also hoping that the soul of Abimbola Ogunbanjo will also rest in peace and help their loved ones, their families to well, how do they even say this thing? I don't know why. I mean, God help me today. God help their souls, rest their souls, and help the family and give them the fortitude to bear this irreparable damage. I don't imagine how devastated I would be. Okay, Haig was also in that trip that in that visit that I said that Abiodun and Dangote went to visit Herbert's mom. You could even say Haig hugging Herbert's mom. I want to assume that two of them have a very close relationship and their families will almost be integrated, because to have worked together and to have built a business that is thriving as Access Bank, you can't do that without having families involved. I mean, what do you think? I'd like to hear from you in the comment section. And if you also think that there's this other thing flying around with people saying that, oh, we should even check it inside Nigeria here internally, that was his life threatened at any point, was anything, and maybe it's not. I mean, to now go over to the US now and assassinate this man, I don't think that's what happened, but I'd like to hear from you guys. Also, please note that all of these things that I've said are not an expression of our thoughts on this channel. These are things that we've seen on the internet. I mean, I did mention some things personally that I think, but also for the most part, I would need you to fact check all of these things that I have said and individually make sure that you align with these things. So in the comment section, let's keep it respectful. Share your opinions. If I've missed something, you can include it. If I added something that should not be there, you can also let me know in the comment section respectfully though. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care of yourselves and bye.